Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Studio Masson networking function. We're just waiting for a few more people to come through, but I just want to remind everyone to please just keep your masks on if you're not eating or drinking. Try and maintain your social distancing and just try and be safe, because we do want us to all just remain safe, but still enjoy it at the same time. It's such an honor to actually be together as an industry again, and it feels surreal to actually be standing here and presenting after so long of being away from it. Of Decorex Africa and Studio Masson, I'd really like to just welcome you and thank you for coming out today as we talk about everything design and inspirational and trends. I hope you'll be inspired by Studio Masson's visionary product design as well as my global trend presentation. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Anita-B. I'm the creative director for Decorex SA as well as 100% Design. And it really is exciting for us to be back here in Cape Town launching the design trail. I hope you've all had a chance to go along the trail and visit the showrooms and network again. And it's so lovely that it's over a month, the whole of June. So if you haven't, I do encourage you to go out and see all the showrooms along the trail. We have various design trails and experiences. If you're renovating a house, if you're interior designer, so there are specific trails that you can take. So we are excited to launch it now. Like I said, it's in the whole month of June. And we look forward to seeing the industry just grow and connect again. Today, I'm going to be presenting the 2021 Global Interior Design Trends, as well as architectural, lifestyle, and color trends. And I'm shining the spotlight on the aesthetically beautiful selection of Italian and European porcelain tiles and slabs from Studio Masson. If you've had a walk through the studio, you will see one of the many exciting collaborations that have come out of the design trail, and that's Studio Masson and Kino. They've come together and conceptualized and designed the most beautiful console. And this is combining the gorgeous porcelain top from Studio Masson, as well as the wooden handcrafted base and frame by Kino. This just shows how two great brands can come together and create a new concept. I encourage you to walk around the showroom, see their latest range of furniture against the beautiful slabs and mosaics from Studio Masson. There's also a competition that you can enter to win the console, so please afterwards pop in there, fill in the form, go onto Instagram and tag yourself. Another exciting exhibit here in Studio Masson's showroom is the locally designed display from Volkberg. Their handmade tiles are scattered all around the showroom. You'll see them on the display boards. They're also running a competition, and you can stand a chance to win 5,000 Rand. They're handmade tiles, locally made, and 81% of the material of the tiles is recyclable. So let's move on to the trend presentation. So as I mentioned today, what we're going to be doing is covering with COVID, we're going to look at how trends have changed and accelerated. We're going to look at a few macro trends that really have changed. As you know, trends that might have been accelerating pre-COVID have taken a back seat, and now we see a lot of other trends that are coming forward as our lifestyles are changing. We'll look at interior and outdoor trends, interior architecture, as well as some color trends. So, the new well-being. With the current times we're living in, and who would have ever thought that we would be faced with this kind of pandemic, my presentation will give you insights, as I've mentioned, on how COVID has impacted global trends and how our lifestyles have shifted and adapted to the current times. Some trends were accelerated pre-COVID. They've taken the back seats, as I said, and it's come to a new way of living. It's brought light to also our theme for the year for Decorex, which is the new natural. So post-COVID design trends is all about the new well-being. I just want to play this video for you while So the new needs and lifestyles are emerging from the days we are now living. We are in the moment of significant uncertainty, but there are some new rising trends we can observe from the consequence of the pandemic. Well-being is more than ever a key concept in our lives, and we will remain relevant in the post-pandemic world. A lifestyle trend is called the new well-being. The new well-being means, first of all, being healthy. It's not merely just about living a healthy lifestyle, eating healthy. Everyone started to really feel worried about their health. Being healthy is not merely just about the eating, the living, but it's also about not having the virus in the first place. We've become obsessed with hygiene, and we're going to see a lot of companies and designers rethinking the way things are, and we're going to see a lot of sanitizing, home hygiene, air purifiers, indoor air quality monitoring systems, new filtration. We're even going to see germ-resistant surfaces and materials in flooring, as well as auto-cleaning technologies. We'll find this in our kitchens and our bedrooms. In bathroom design, a rising demand for smart toilets we've seen a lot of this kind of technology in public spaces, but we're now going to be seeing it more in our homes. So it's something to look out for. We'll see new home accessories and fabrics that are even incorporate materials of air purifying qualities. So let's look at the 4 macro trends shaping interior design in 2021. We'll observe and research global trends. We are able to glimpse into the future, and we learn how society is evolving. From living to working, from travel, consumption, behaviors, from human to technological interactions. The top 4 trends we'll be looking at is designing for well-being, playful living, becoming human, and the future is circular. Starting with designing for well-being, it's broken up into 2 sections, the softness. So designing for well-being is becoming a major goal within the design field. Brands and designers are really exploring how the environments can affect our well-being. We're seeing this with by example, some companies have come together, they've created these environments and tested it with people, and they've used lighting, sound, scents, textures, and these rooms really have stimulated people's senses in different ways. So there we see how our settings around us really does affect our well-being. We'll even look at soft and tactile materials. IKEA has done an amazing collaboration with a company to bring together sound systems with furnishing products, because we really want to declutter our homes. We want to have less touch points in our house. So less clutter, less cords, less devices. They've collaborated, they've designed a table lamp that is a light as well as an audio device. So we see this in tactile materials as well. Then we move on to biophilia and New Nordic. Instead of just bringing nature inside our homes and workplaces, we see this example by Al Decor. They created a work environment that they impregnated with a sense of visionary comfort by bringing in plants, greenery. They placed them in the working stations and added flourishing vegetation to improve the microclimates and this, again, the overall wellness. Moving on to the playful trend, the more is more. Our lives are really becoming informal, they're hybrid, nomadic, and entertaining. And people essentially are millennials. They either work from home or work at work, and they want to be entertained. They want to be able to express their personalities. Brands and designers are working to meet all these needs with a more experiential, interactive, and playful design. Furniture and accessories should bring us joy. They should really stimulate our creativity and give us a possibility on how to express ourselves. This maximalism trend is like more is more, bolder colors, patterns, mixing textures, and unconventional shapes. We see this also in a social space, Instagrammable moments. We're seeing this a lot in the retail spaces. We're seeing the 80s and 90s pop coming up, these colors, very bright colors, and the neon is really on trend at the moment. Moving on to one of the other trends are becoming human. Artificial intelligence is the rise of this rapid evolution. It really is about technology such as artificial intelligence, augmented realities, there's 3D printing, and that really is challenging us with important issues. For example, technology. is a changing design. What will artificial intelligence do? Will it replace our designers? How will robotics affect the way of living? Well, as far as designers and companies are concerned, the future seems to be more about a creative collaboration between designers and algorithms, rather than replacing the designers with artificial intelligence. And we see this with Italian designer Cartel, French designer Philippe Starck, and 3D software company have collaborated to the launch of the first chair that was created by artificial intelligence in collaboration with humans. Then moving on to the future is circular. So what does this mean? Circular design is designing of a cycle in which resources are continuously cycled and reused. It really is important for us to reuse and sustain our environment. Designers are focused on designing furniture pieces from ruined, wasted material. In this slide, you'll see these products are all used and designed by recycled plastic, biomaterials such as hemp, vegetables, fungus, plants, which are then turned into these most beautiful biodegradable designs. So going into interiors and exteriors, exterior trends, we really do take a look at this and we say we are currently seeing this, that it's not a time where personalization of taste and style are taken into account, but rather the personalization of our needs. And this really has come from what we've all been through, and it was all about our tastes and what we wanted, but now it's all about our needs that are more important. And that takes us into some of the fun trends to look out for in 2021 and beyond. Starting with the bubble suspension lights. These are mostly seen in your luxury interior design projects. This light feature will be a fun, elegant addition to private and hospitality installations. Natural materials. Although this is not new, this trend will definitely reach the high this year. People will create closer relationships between nature and their homes. Rattan and Vienna straw is being applied in many furniture pieces, and we see it in fashion too. With that connection between design and fashion, they're so closely related. We're already seeing garments and clothing being made out of these fabrics and materials. Looking at light wood, this is really from a Scandinavian inspiration. Your light woods will be a trend for the interiors. This material will be used not only for your flooring, but you'll see it more on your wall coverings. And this again is a nature accent, and it gives a tactile, sensory feeling into your space, which we're all craving, we all need. We're so digital at the moment, and we're always on our phones with these smooth surfaces of our technology devices that our bodies and our sensory senses are actually craving those tactile environments. One of my favorites is the chain curtains. This is really a nice way to create your privacy divisions between spaces. We see it mostly in restaurants, but it will also be reaching your residential interior design projects. It's created from metallic materials, but also can be created in your natural woods to give that boho chic feel. Looking at curved and organic shapes. This we've seen throughout the year in furniture, and it really is reviving those 80s curves. But now you can expect to see it everywhere, from your architectural arches, you see it in mirrors, bathtubs, and of course it will remain trending in your sofas and your armchairs. These curved line elements really do, it's an excellent way to break the rigidity of a space, because it will act as an unexpected element of surprise in your interiors. Moving on to some flooring trends. These are some beautiful installations by Studio Masson. More than ever, people are designing their homes with quality finishes. We are seeing a lot of porcelain and glass surfaces manufactured with the latest product innovation, ensuring not only the highest quality and the newest trend in design and finish, but also the production process. It's eco-friendly and sustainable. Looking at some wall and surface finishes, not only are we seeing this in flooring aesthetics, but we also in wall cladding, bringing in textured surfaces, looking back at the tactility trend and the need for texture in our homes and design. This is going back to craftsmanship, recycling, creating pieces of furniture that are of quality. People don't just want stuff that they're going to bring into the home and throw away in a few years' time. We want to actually invest in pieces that are handcrafted and can be kept in our homes to try and cut that cycle of waste. Materials perceived by your humble, like rattan, plywood, jute, hemp, terracotta, it really is being used more than ever. Rediscovery of traditions and craftsmanship with a contemporary reinterpretation. Textures, the wabi-sabi trend, and the use of natural materials are still a favorite to add warmth to any space. Then with us not even being able to go out and buy flowers during our hard lockdown, we were able to have a look at alternatives. And we really are seeing a lot of this pampas grass and dried arrangements taking the center stage. And they are a beautiful hanging piece over your dining room suite. They really do just add a little bit of nature. And like during those hard lock times, I remember going out into my garden and just cutting any leaves, any greenery, anything. And it's just us going back to that, craving that nature and going back to our roots. Talking about nature, we move on to the nature green. Again, looking at making our homes our sanctuaries and bringing back our connection to nature. We are seeing this line incorporation of the green into our homes. Plants, succulents, wallpapers. We look at mosaic tiles, even in this beautiful green color. It really does just speak to our senses. Still on the whole green and bringing nature indoors, we see a lot of biophilia and these natural elements with indoor gardens. Biophilia is a love of life and living systems. It's not merely just bringing the greenery in your homes, but it really is about natural lighting, creating bathrooms that look out into the garden. It's lighting, it's texture, it's natural elements, and these will all give us the needs and sense what we need in our environments, in our homes. Another one is your vertical gardens. This is a huge trend, having these interior gardens, and it's not just having them in your living areas, it's bringing them into your bathrooms, your dining area. It's really just being creative about including these vertical gardens into your space. When we move outside, we look at creating outdoor refuges. A patio decoration, we are really looking for those cocoons, those cozy hovering, a place we can escape from our indoors to outdoors. So we're seeing a lot of day beds and these small cocoons, which is a much wanted accessory in our gardens. Looking at some golden accents, these are applied in small corners of our home. They're applied in wall decals, and as a little bit of touch of detail, this really does just add that luxury element into our homes. Something we've seen at Masson and Objet in 2020 when they had their last show, we really did see this really cute concept of bottle gardens. So it is one to look out for. It is, again, just another way, small living, bringing in some greenery. You're going to see a lot of that coming. With that, I'm going to let you watch a little bit of a video so you don't have to hear my voice for too long. This just basically sums up all the trends I've spoken about. Okay, moving on to New Nordic. Okay, forget Scandinavian minimalism. Today we are clearly moving from past Scandi style defined by your total white spaces, and we're seeing a lot more of your warmer tones and colors coming through. The perfect backgrounds are your warm off-white hues. We're seeing a lot of champagne beige. The total white has been replaced by these new warm natural colors. If you want to add in pops of color, you look at going for some sage green, for dark blues to indigos, and more your desaturated tones. So those clinical, very white spaces are moving out, and we're seeing a lot more of these warmer tones coming in. Although four-poster beds have been out of fashion since the late 80s, we really are seeing a steady increase in the number of customers requesting these. New variations of the light wood four-poster beds, as people are inspired by rooms of luxury hotels, we really do have people wanting their own oases and of relaxation and tranquility in their homes. Neutral colors, we're seeing a lot more, as I said, your neutral color schemes, which are really ideal for creating that intimate and welcoming environment, mixing all your warmer tones together. Okay, so interior architecture, mixed use of spaces. Interior architects are combining spaces for multifunctional purposes, opening the dining areas into the living areas, bringing entertainment in between, and really just creating these functional spaces within one big room. Black, the new natural. Black has been a favorite in recent years and will remain so for an indefinite period. Black brings drama, it brings strength to a room, which is an inherent characteristic of contemporary spaces. From cabinets to sinks, paints and countertops, black will be on the top of trends for 2021. With all of us working at home now, a lot more working at home, and who knows how much longer we'll have to move between offices and home spaces, we'll begin to see homes designed with more purpose and functionality. It's important to remember that just because your space is small doesn't mean it has to compromise on any style. Look at contemporary designs that maximize function. Think of drawers, shelves, surface space, while maintaining those slender silhouettes and creating the environment you want to be in. Trends one of the trends are having a really long home desk to ensure you have space to work comfortably. You've got shelving, storage space, and a place for your mood boards. And number one is your comfortable seating. Moving on to outdoor trends. This is also a little video that I want to play for you. The following outdoor trend products for 2021 are divided into, again, your wellness, statement lighting features, inviting outdoor pieces to have a cocoon and nest in, and obviously some natural materials. Statement lighting features, it really is important to choose the correct lighting scene for your outdoor space. Inviting outdoor pieces, like I've mentioned, is almost choosing pieces of comfort and bringing your home some beautiful color palettes and comfort from the indoors, bringing that out. It's also about, like I said, natural materials, using more naturally inspired elements with usage of more vegetable fibers, rattan, straw. Okay, outdoor floor finishes. Here I showcase some of the on-trend outdoor pavers by Studio Masson. These finishes really lend to the latest trends in outdoor finishes, and they range from a variety of effects from wood to cement, but also includes a porcelain paver, which is absolutely stunning. So you can speak to the crew afterwards to get the whole tour. Okay, moving on to your bathrooms. It really is about blurring the lines between your exterior and interior architecture. It is all about big open windows with views of the garden, outdoor showers, tropical indoor gardens, giving you the feeling of being outdoors while still enjoying the comfort of your indoors. Bathroom sculptural tiles. This is about experimenting not only with color, textures, or shapes, it's creating a more three-dimensional effect. Sculptural tiles in ceramic and porcelain will add a layer of interesting texture to your bathroom. This is seen all the way up to the ceiling for that dramatic effect. Then bathroom bespoke and art-inspired patterns, handmade finishes, exotic colors and shapes. It's all about unexpected color combinations and mismatched patterns in unexpected forms. These are also some beautiful installations by Studio Masson. Moving on to the kitchen, materials and finishes. Here are some on-trend kitchen finishes also by Studio Masson, remembering that the kitchen does not only have to be stylish, but it has to be comfortable to move around, but also the finishes and the materials that you use need to be multi-purpose. And as you've seen demonstrated here, it's for cooking, for cleaning, it's that induction heating. So all these things are opening up to what we actually can do in our spaces. We're looking at metal textures. We see a lot of metal finishes coming into the kitchen space, either as an accent or we'll see the entire finish of your cabinetry all in these beautiful metallic colors. Looking at different color trends, we're seeing also lots of pops of different colors and materials and stuff coming out in the season, so watch out for this. You see a lot in more smaller spaces, apartments, to bring some life and color into your space. So materials that are hot for the season. Stone, marble are very quite popular, and combined with your natural woods really is bringing in marble and stone for texture and color. So moving on to the future of interiors. These are trends for the home that are driven by this virus that we've all been stuck with. And there's this saying that is a way of life. And it's actually a Dutch word that means Nixon. And it really is about doing nothing, taking time out to be for yourself and for that mindfulness and for your well-being. We really do need to create sanctuaries in our home and spaces that invite us in and keep us mentally well. It really is important, and it is a real big focus at the moment. So I encourage everyone to take the time and embrace some Nixon. Just some future trends to look out for. We're going to start seeing new spaces for new functions in the far future, like a space where drones can come and land and deliver our online orders to stop all that immediate contact with each other and touching. Everything will be easy, much easier, with your voice controlling. We already have it going, but it's all going to be a lot more incorporated into our homes. When we start building and planning, everything's going to be less touch points and more voice activation. We'll even see spaces built in our houses for more privacy booths, with us all homeschooling and trying to work from home. We want spaces where we can actually move into and take a phone call without having the kids screaming. I will see also a lot more of the healthier and hygienic solutions that I mentioned in the beginning. Lots of greenery in our homes, and that's that on this side. Let's take a quick look into color. We're almost there, almost done. So as we know, color really does affect our emotions and well-being, and it is important for us to consider color when we're creating spaces, and to know what the effect it has on how we feel and how it uplifts us within our homes. As I've mentioned, amidst the pandemic, it may sound frivolous to talk about color, but so many people struggle with fear. The economic uncertainty, isolation, and endangered health brings what endangered health brings us. But color may well be one of the most transformative experiences in our homes right now. The home and everything we seek to bring into it becomes an opportunity for either soothing and healing or promoting a joyful emotions. We use color to shape our environments, to deliver specific experiences in order to calm us and uplift our mood. These are some of the colors that will be trending. You see a lot of muted tones. You see a lot of brighter colors. As I mentioned, colors really do affect our mood, and I encourage you to, if you ever can, go to a color expert to get to see, because everyone's got their own colors and everyone needs different colors in their life. Just to hear how color does evoke our emotions, it really is inspiring. Then just taking a look at Dulux's color for the year, they've called it Brave Ground. It's all about courage and embracing change. Again, connecting us back to nature and simple things. It's a warm, earthy tone that creates the feeling of stability, growth, and foundation for change and creativity in our home. As you can see through this trend presentation, there really is a solid pattern of us coming down back to our roots, coming into our spaces, creating these sanctuaries, and really just taking care of our mental wellness and looking after our lives. Okay, so looking at some more colors, these are some harmonious, beautiful blends of colors that that we'll see a lot of. One being the dusky orchid. This evokes solace and calm. Then we have the frosty green, and this is paired with rich elements of caramel, tan colors, and it really does give a retro vibey feel when it's combined together. These colors really are beautiful and really speak to me. Then your Palace Blue, this shows how digital world bleeds into the physical world. We see this in a very high gloss finish or a matte finish. And then I'm sure you'll all seen this color, very popular in kids' bedrooms. It really focuses on living a slow and a considered life. It's about handcrafted aesthetics to create a comforting mood. And then, as you've all know, the Pantone color for 2021, they've taken ultimate gray and illuminating to independent colors that highlight how different elements can come together and support one another. After living through possibly the worst year, these two independent colors highlight how different elements come together to express a message of strength and hopefulness, something we all need to navigate these uncertain times. And with that, so I'd like to thank you and hope you found this inspirational. That you continue to take care of yourselves, support each other as an industry as we all rebuild it and move forward to a happier, healthier 2021. With that, I'd like to leave you with a short video on our Decorex theme, which sums it all up, the new natural. So thanks again, and I hope you enjoyed it. After my video, I'll be handing over. Thank you, everyone. I now hand over.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you. Sorry, I'm just going to ask you for 5 more minutes of your time and attention. As you heard from Anita, the common thread in the new trends is well-being. Obviously, after the trauma of Decorex, of COVID. Okay, that was also a trauma of COVID. Our minds are on well-being and how do we create well-being, and we can do it through things that we see, colors, shapes, textures, but there is also something that we can do, that we can design for a better life with materials that will assist us in creating spaces and environments that are healthier and that over time will contribute to our well-being. So I introduce you to Active, which has been the mission of the Iris Ceramic Group, who are the makers of Fiandre and Ariostea and Porcelain Grey and Sapien Stone, our main partner in business. And their mission has always been, it's a family-owned business, it has always been to create a better life for people. And they do that through beauty, as you can see, so that's something that we've already achieved. We have beautiful products that are practical and that are that contribute to beautiful design. So what is Active? Active is a clean air and antibacterial ceramic. It's a new generation photocatalytic ceramic that contributes toward purifying the air that we breathe and that transforms tiles and countertop surfaces into an area where you can feel safe, that your air will be cleaner, that all bacteria and viruses will be transformed into substances that are harmless. So what does Active do? Active is only patented and ISO certified. That's very important because there are many people around that are claiming a whole lot of things, but the Iris Ceramic Group chose ISO because it is the most serious and the most recognized worldwide, and they have patented all the technology. And through the manufacturing process, through the use of natural minerals, they transform a tile and a slab into a photocatalytic surface that can trigger a process which is called photocatalysis. And the benefits of photocatalysis are very simple. 99.99% of all bacteria are killed on contact. So that's including penicillin-resistant bacteria. It's including viruses such as SARS-CoV-2, which is COVID-19, influenza. All the known viruses have been tested and certified. Also, it is an anti-pollution surface, so any NOx or VOCs that come into contact with the surface are immediately degraded into harmless salts. The surface becomes also self-cleaning, as dirt cannot adhere to it, and it has anti-odor properties, so it is able to break down the molecules that are responsible for bad odors. Sounds crazy, but it's true. So it triggers this process, as I said, that degrades viruses, bacteria, and bad odors and dirt. Yep. Okay, so how does it purify the air? The photocatalysis process needs some elements. We need air, we need light, whether it's natural or artificial, and we need some humidity, which we always have in the air. And then the photocatalysis process just happens. The self-cleaning properties, we can really describe them in outdoor and indoor. So if you were to use an active surface on an outdoor building, you would literally need to have no maintenance. So the installation would be done and only humidity, light and rainwater would be sufficient. The building that you see there is called the White Tower in Italy. It's been installed about 7 years ago and it has never had a single cleaning. Indoor areas, the benefits are obvious. I'm sure everybody is aware of the sick home syndrome, all the VOCs that are emitted in the home, the air we breathe, our children breathe. We don't need to use harsh chemicals to clean. So these chemicals often have products that are harmful to our health. We don't realize it, but we use them every day. So there would be no need to use any of these chemicals. The anti-odor, as I said earlier, the main bacteria that is responsible for bad odors gets broken away. So if you're working or designing a restaurant or a gym or a spa, this is a great place to use active. Okay, so the group likes to say that is where design and science meet beauty and well-being. And you can be assured that if you do use an active surface, firstly, it is produced in the only zero-emission factory in the world. And when you think about how porcelain is made, it is made through a kiln. But the RS group has worked tirelessly and they've achieved zero emission. So from the day that you apply that tile or that countertop, the surface is giving back. It is eating pollutants, it is neutralizing and killing viruses and bacteria. If you need more motivation on why you should be using active, it will contribute greatly to credits awarded for building certification, LEED, platinum level, and WELL certification at the gold level. So some frequently asked questions. What product can active be applied to? So we have a standard ranges, okay, that you can order 1 slab or 10 square meters. These are in these boxes here, and we've scattered them around the showroom. And then for projects, it can be any of the products of Fiandre, of Sapien Stone, of Porcelain Grey, and Ariostea. So, but there's a limited minimum quantity on these of 400 square meters. And then the lead time is about 10 to 12 weeks, depending on shipping. And then I thought I would share with you some projects. This is an amazing project that was completed about 3 years ago in Milan. It's called De Castilla. 16,000 square meters of active surface was installed on the facade of this building. And the building's nickname is the Smog Eater. So, and this can be provided scientifically. How many kilos of nitrogen oxide does that building eat a year? It takes away 59 kilos, which is huge for something that comes in nanoparticles. So it's equivalent, it does a job equivalent to 200,000 square meters of green area. So one single building with 16,000 square meters does a job of green areas of 200,000 square meters. And then an obvious place to use the products is hospitals, and it's greatly used in Europe. So the Bufalini Hospital, that's for the antibacterial and antiviral properties, and the fact that you don't need to use harsh chemicals to maintain a healthy environment. No need to sanitize. The surface automatically kills, sorry, I forgot the wellness. As I said, spas and generally public areas are wonderful places to use the active surfaces. And then if you want, there are many, many videos and case examples of active where you can see how dirt degrades automatically. So they've done laboratory tests and practical tests in real life. So I encourage you to go on the website and on Facebook, and there's a dedicated website and Facebook page. That's it. Please enjoy. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thanks to our incredible hosts, Heidi and Guillaume. It's been a wonderful morning. Thanks to Anita for presenting the trend report. It's lovely to have you here on behalf of Decorex Africa. It's wonderful to see the industry together again, and we hope you feel completely inspired. Please enjoy some more gin, and there's still some delicious food outside, so please enjoy. Thanks, everyone. We're truly grateful that you could be here today. Enjoy.